What is up, TTC, Netter Empire? Danny G here in the house as the Saints defeat the Niners 27-13 in the Superdome. Congrats to all the Saints fans on here. Congrats to Noah, aka 44 the Legendary. Congrats to JP of the New Orleans Saints, Saints Uptown, anyone out there. You guys got the win. Congrats. It looked at first like this was going to be another shootout between these two teams, just like last year at the Superdome, as Nick Mullins started off pretty strong. He found Brandon Ayuk, who's on fire lately for that in the red zone for that touchdown. Brandon Ayuk might potentially be the best wide receiver that the 49ers have drafted since Terrell Owens. Yes, because they have not drafted a stud wide receiver since Terrell Owens. And, well, Brandon Ayuk so far looks pretty damn good. And hopefully he ends up having a long career, hopefully with the Niners. And, him and Debo, when they're both healthy and both together, are going to make a great dynamic duo. I'll tell you that right now. But so it's 7-0 Niners, and a little bit later, we're at the goal line driving. It's like second and goal, and the former Niner, who we traded away to the Saints for some draft picks back on November 2nd, makes a big play. It's on like second and goal, and in my honest opinion, I feel like the Niners probably punched that in on that drive if it's not for that big hit from Quan. So they end up settling for a field goal, making it 10-0, and then it's a little bit later when it's 10-3. Um, the Saints are punting it away, and our special teams just fucks up, and we give the Saints the ball back with terrific field position, and then it ends up being third down, and Contavious Street makes what would have been his first NFL sack. He makes a big sack on Drew Brees, but it ends up being called roughing the passer. It is an absolute bullshit call because, Drew Brees just landed on his side. It was a clean hit, absolutely. It was a great play by Contavious Street. And, of course, the Saints end up getting an automatic first down and then they get put in a good position for Alvin Kamara to score an easy rushing touchdown. That was just an absolute bullshit call. I'm not gonna say we would have won the game if it wasn't for it because that's not true, but that was just an absolute horseshit call right there. David Street made a big play. It was clean, and then, well, gets called roughing the passer. Just unbelievable. I mean, the NFL is just trying to protect Drew Brees, trying to protect their big name stars. It makes sense. You don't want your stars to get injured because then you'll might lose some money and people won't want to watch the backup quarterback. It makes sense, but it's bullshit. Those complete and utter bullshit. But that's beside the point. So the Saints tie it up. It's 10-10, and then they end up scoring before halftime. So it's 17-10 at halftime. It's not just still very much in the game, but well, Nick Mullins on that first drive when the Niners were almost in field goal range ends up throwing an interception. Nick Mullins, I hate to say it because I did think that maybe he was the answer. I don't think he's the long term answer. And it pains me to say that because I'm a big fan of how he plays. I like his game. I think he has potential to be a good quarterback in this league, but he's just not there yet. I mean, this year, yes, he's looked better than Jimmy Garoppolo. He's been more accurate than Jimmy Garoppolo a little bit. But I honestly think that's because Jimmy's been a little bit injured this whole year. Even when he's played, he's just not been who he was last year. So what the Niners need to do is they need to draft a quarterback, and then Jimmy Garoppolo will be healthy next year, assuming they don't move off him this offseason. They need to at least give him a chance again to be the starting quarterback along with the quarterback they drafted. I think they still need to keep Nick Mullins on their roster because he's better than Beathard, and he's going to be the starter for the rest of this year. By the way, like maybe he can prove me wrong, and I hope he does. I think he still could. I mean, if he takes us to 10-6 or 9-7, then maybe they'll consider him being the guy. But I really just don't see it because he's just not that good. Unfortunately, like he has the potential to be good, but he's just not there yet. I mean, I do like his arm and like how he can, get that deep ball off pretty quickly, but he throws a lot of interceptions sometimes as well. I mean, another thing I like is he's able to find. I think him and Brandon Ayuk have an awesome chemistry. Like he's able to find Ayuk and Bourne, and they're able to make spectacular catches. But by the way, Jordan Reed also had a pretty damn good game. He had about I think 5 receptions or so. Um, so defensive side of the ball, Javon Kinlaw gets his first sack of his career. I still wish they would have kept DeForest Buckner and not. I mean, it ended up saving a lot of cap space getting rid of him, and of course they ended up drafting Javon Kinlaw to replace him. I think Kinlaw will be good, and I think starting next year we'll start to see him. I don't want to say get to that elite level, but we'll see him, make more plays. Heck, even the rest of this year, for him. But because he had his first career sack, he has not been that good as of late. But in this game, finally he peaked. Javon Kinlaw had a damn good game. The defense was good. They stopped the Saints on a lot of drives. And by the way, Drew Brees ends up leaving at halftime with a ribs injury. I believe they had Taysom Hill take a few snaps as a starter, and then they put in Jameis Winston. And of course, with Jameis Winston being the quarterback and not Drew Brees, the Niners defense was able to stop the Saints throughout the entire third quarter. Neither team scored in the third quarter. It wasn't until the fourth quarter where finally the Saints just ran away with this game. Alvin Kamara was a beast. He was just unstoppable. He had 2 rushing touchdowns. The defense was good, but they just had no answer for Alvin Kamara. So anyway, that's all I got. The Saints got the win. It was somewhat of a good game at first. There were a lot of just mistakes made. Oh, another thing, Jerick McKinnon. Oh man, he started off good this year. He's just been really bad lately. And I don't know why Kyle Shanahan relied on him so much, especially on that 4th and 1 play, because you could just tell whenever he would get the ball that he was not going to get any positive yardage. Like he was just going to, you know, get tackled on the line of scrimmage and for a loss. Just, man. And to make matters worse, JaMychal Hasty, who's currently, before he got injured, was their best healthy running back. Well, he gets injured. I believe he's now out for the year, of course. So, then I just cannot catch a break with injuries. It sucks. It truly does. But you know, I hate to say it. I think the season finally is probably over. It's not over until it's really over. But if they can go 9-7 and 10-6, then I mean I might be right. That might not even be good enough for the playoffs. So I think they're. I mean the NFC West has a 3-way tie between the Seahawks, the Cardinals. Who the Cardinals got an incredible win today, by the way. That pass, that long pass. I don't even remember how many yards it was from Kyler Murray to DeAndre Hopkins for the game winner. That was incredible, absolutely incredible. But I mean, and the Rams as well. 3-way tie in the NFC West. I just don't think the Niners are going to be able to get into the playoffs this year. Um, Next year, a healthy Niners team can be back and make a run, but this division is going to be tough. So hopefully things get better for the Niners, which I think will start in 2021. So Danny G is out. Peace.